Okay, so another question. So theory, I would say direct theory. Identify the incorrect statement from the following. The electron gain energy of nitrogen is positive. Yes, so I told this before. We have discussed this before in the previous case also. Nitrogen is little bit different from the other elements. So where in typically the other elements, the first electron gain energy would be negative, but specifically for nitrogen, since it has a partial stabilized electronic configuration. So this is correct. Dilution of BiCl3 solution with water gives a white precipitate. So this is typical. We have seen this one. One is BiCl3. The another one is SbCl3. Here is 3. So when you acidify and then dilute, what is normally happen? BiOCl. So let's say this is aqueous water is added here. So it would be BiOCl form. And here is BiOCl is form, which is white color precipitate. This is also correct. H2S gas can act both as an oxidizing agent. So we discussed this in the previous question, right? So I think I don't have to explain this again because sulfur, this is 2 minus. So it can oxidize up to +6. For an example, sulfuric acid, sulfur is +6. So here it is -2, it cannot go up to +6. So it can oxidize, which means it can act as a reducing agent. However, don't forget that hydrogen here is +1. So it can reduce, so it can act as an oxidizing agent as well. So it can act as both oxidizing and reducing agent. The effective nuclear charge Z felt by the valence electron of helium is less than 2. So in fact, I think I have explained this before this type of a question. So helium, there will be 2 electrons in the first. Okay, and there will be 2 protons here. So effectively, what you need to understand here is there are neutrons as well here, which does not have any charge. So for effective nuclear charge, it's like you calculate the number of protons here, charged by number of protons, and you subtract the electron shield basically to have the net effective nuclear charge, right? So it is like 2 plus minus 2 electrons, which is 2 minus roughly around, let's say 3 for an example, +2. So there are 2 protons. So I will explain a little bit clear now. So helium, 2 protons are there, and there are 2 electrons outside which shields this. So it's like 2 plus minus 2 minus, so it's like 0, right? So that is a general case for overall chart that we take. So you see here for helium 2 plus, if I consider helium 2 plus, which has a smaller radius, and now we'll have 2 protons and no electrons, right? So it would be like +2 now in general case. Okay, so in general case this would be like 0, and this will be like +2, right? So here what it says here is the effective nuclear charge of helium is less than 2. Actually, this is correct. The answer, exact answer is correct. It should be like less than 2 because you have 2 protons minus the shielding factor from this like electron, right? The thing is, we exactly don't know this value, right? Because there can be the surrounding that determines this factor as well. Okay, this is only telling the helium atom. So if you think in that way, okay, this is correct. Actually, this is correct. I would say this is correct actually. Okay, but they have also taken this as to be a wrong answer. I exactly do not know the reason. So I probably think that since this cannot be directly tell that it is less than 2, that is why they might have taken this one as wrong, because there are some other factors that can determine this value. right? The fifth statement is straightforward because it says aluminium is inert toward N2 gas even when it heated to higher temperature. So this is totally wrong because aluminium in general react with nitrogen at room temperature to give ALN. This is very straightforward reaction. So this statement, I would say the correct statement for this particular question. For me it's okay, but they have taken that is wrong. Okay, so let's move on.